Hey guys, and welcome. I'm Kate. I'm here with Memphis today, who's already done his practice. So we're here with a short and sweaty yoga flow to get a little yoga conditioning in, a little strength training. Nothing too crazy, but maybe grab a water bottle. It won't be that bad, but grab a water bottle. A couple of blocks if you have them. What else? Your mat, yourself, something comfortable to wear. And I will see you in a few. All right, guys, we're gonna start in a table position. Let's do it. So come onto the table and just let your spine wake up with a few rounds of cat and cow. And if you've practiced with me before, you know that you can move any way that you need to here. You're not just stuck with this one movement of arching and rounding. You can let your hips go side to side. You can drop your head and kind of roll out your neck. Anything you feel like you need to get a little more comfortable in your body before we start moving. Take another breath in as you stretch your chest forward, and then walk your hands slightly forward, tuck your toes, and as you exhale, you're gonna send your hips up and stretch back into downward facing dog. And when you get up there, just take a moment, same deal. You can start to pedal out, work your hips from side to side, whatever. All right, inhale, roll yourself forward into plank. And when you exhale, pull your hips up, stretch back, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, roll forward, find plank. Exhale, pull up, stretch back. One more time, inhale, rock forward, strong in your core. Exhale, pull it back, downward facing dog. And on your next exhale, you're gonna drop your knees to the mat and find your table, okay? We're gonna do what one of my friends called bobbing for apples a long time ago. You're just gonna add a little core work to it. So you're gonna take your right leg, stretch it out behind you. Toes roll toward the floor. Keep your belly strong. Inhale here. When you exhale, you're gonna take your chest and chin forward. Little half chaturanga push up. Inhale up. When you exhale, draw your knee into your nose and round. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale and round. Keep it going. Inhale, you can skip the push-up if you need to. Inhale up. Exhale around. Two more. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Inhale, back up. Exhale and round. Last one. Reach it out. This is a good prep for chaturanga. And round. Oh, kick that leg straight back behind you one more time. And you're gonna step your right foot up between your thumbs on your exhale. Sink your hips. And lift your chest as you inhale. And when you exhale, drag your hips back. If you've got blocks and you want them here, you can absolutely snag a couple. Bring them underneath your hands. Scissor your inner thighs. Make sure your hips are toward the center line here, right? Not bonking off too far in any direction. And when you inhale next, you're gonna rock forward. And one more time, draw your hips back. Work into this half splits. And then rock it forward again. Find your lunge, tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee. Press into your feet. Come all the way up, crescent lunge. Draw your low belly in, reach into your fingertips. Inhale. When you exhale, you're gonna spin yourself to the left and come into a goddess pose. Heels in, toes out, bend your knees, interlace your fingers behind your head, scoop that tailbone, and we're just gonna go gently, stretching side to side. Like a little Jack in the Box. Oh, it's kind of creepy sounding, but we're gonna do it anyway. Yeah. Nice. A couple more times. Lengthen up through your elbows. All right. Come back up through center. Here we go. Stretch your arms up. Press into those feet. You're gonna spin back toward your right foot. Find your crescent lunge. Inhale. And when you exhale, take your hands to the mat. You're gonna swing your right leg up, stretch it back behind you, down dog split. And then for a second, stack your right hip open, bend your knee, shake out your head. You're gonna keep your knee bent, but sweep your hips back through center. Inhale, and when you exhale, draw that knee in toward your nose and then kick your foot out to the left. So you're on the outer edge of your right foot. Drop your left heel and then shimmy that right foot a little farther away so you can drop onto the outer edge of your right hip. You're gonna roll up so you're on the ball of your left foot, lengthen, and then make your way out, squaring your chest toward the front of the mat. So if you're super tight in the outer edge of this leg and your outer hip, then you can keep the leg back a bit. You just want to keep the foot flexed. If you want a little more juice, you can take this leg up. Okay, that's a lot of juice. Oh. You got it. And now you're going to walk your forearms a little bit over to the right. And as your torso moves toward the top right corner of your mat, push your left heel back in space a bit. So if you practiced with me, you know, I'm going to say it again. You know that I also like to kind of roll around the floor. So we're going to do a little rolling, nothing crazy, but come back through the middle. Bring your left hand in front of you slightly. So you've got a support here, and you're going to sneak the right arm underneath you, right? And you're going to roll onto your back. You have to kind of adjust yourself a bit. And then your right leg is going to cross over your left. Lift your left foot off the floor, and we're going to come into eagle legs. If your right toes can tuck, they can tuck. If they can't, then whatever, right? Arms are going to stretch up toward the sky. This time the right arm comes underneath the left, and we're going to wrap the arms. So we're in a supta. Oh my gosh, it just totally escaped me. Supta Garudasana, there we go. A little eagle laying down. So when you inhale, you're gonna stretch your fingertips over your head, toes maybe come to the mat. When you exhale, you're gonna curl and crunch. Inhale, tap, exhale, curl. And keep it going. Tap and curl on the exhale. We're going for 10. If 10 seems like it's out of the realm of possibility today, then do what feels good. We're halfway there. Stop when you need to. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, release your arms, release the cross of your legs, pull both feet in, find a little happy baby. All right, and then cross your ankles, grab the outer edges of your feet or grab the backs of your knees. And you're gonna roll front to back until we come all the way up to sit. Find your table and a downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward into your plank and move through your vinyasa. And downward facing dog. Deep breath in here. And when you exhale, lower your knees to the mat. And we're gonna bob for apples on the other side because you liked it so much on the first round, right? Okay, left leg's gonna go straight back behind you. Don't sag, right? You wanna lift everything in, stay strong through your core. Inhale, and when you exhale, chest and chin move forward, elbows in, shoulder head stay back. We're gonna lower and then press back up. Round on your exhale. Inhale, kick. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, round. Kick it back and lower. Push it up and round. 2 more. Reach. Draw in. Yes. And curl. Last one. And lower. And up. Whoa. And draw it in. All right, kick that left leg straight back behind you. And then you're gonna step it up between your thumbs. Oh, come high on your fingertips, sink your hips. Inhale. And when you exhale, drag your hips back, using the blocks if you want them. Yeah. Rock forward when you inhale, sink your hips, lift your chest. One more time, you're gonna send your hips back for a little half splits pose here. Keep those hips square, Breath steady. And then come forward again. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Press into the floor, crescent lunge. Low belly in. Inhale here. And when you exhale, we're gonna spin open to the right. Heels in. You can bring your feet a little bit closer together if you need to. Find your goddess. Arms come up, interlace your fingers, maybe other pinkies on top. Keep your spine long, shoulders soft. And we're gonna rock a little bit side to side. Keep the connection to your core. Legs on fire, it's all right. If your quads are talking to you, it's okay. This will not last forever, though it may feel like it does. And one more to each side. Oh yeah. And then come back through the middle, reach your arms up, press into your feet, straighten your legs, and you're gonna spin back toward your left foot, find your lunge, inhale, and then hands to the mat. Sweep your left leg up, stretch it back behind you. You're gonna stack that left hip open on top of your right. Take a moment here. Shake out your head. Get your breath back. All right, keep the knee bent, square off your hips, inhale. Exhale, your knee's gonna drag in toward your nose and then kick it out to the right. Okay, maybe you gotta kind of send your right foot back a little bit, then slowly lower onto your outer left hip. Okay, and you can adjust how close or far you want this leg from the top of your mat, right? You're gonna roll onto the ball of your right foot, lengthen your spine, and walk your forearms forward. That's it. From here, gonna start to walk your forearms gently over to the left. All right, you're gonna walk back through center and we're gonna roll. Right hand to the mat, but keep it far enough forward so you can then sneak your left arm underneath. Oh, you're gonna roll onto your back. Cross your left leg over your right. You can wrap if you want. Arms come up, left arm underneath the right on this one. And we're gonna do 10 more crunches. If you wanna do more, if you wanna do less, it's entirely up to you, right? Just remember, you wanna stay connected with your core. So keep that puppy steady. Inhale, you're gonna lower and tap. Exhale, pull it in. Just keep working with your breath. Exhale, squeeze. Halfway there. Two more. All right, slowly release the cross of your arms, release your legs. Find your happy baby for a moment. Tailbone lengthens, shoulder blades drop. Press the center of the back of your head into the mat. Just a small respite before we then cross the ankles. You can grab the outer edges of your feet. You can grab your, legs. Whatever works for you. We're gonna roll up. Roll over your knees, plant your hands. All right, downward facing dog. Step it back. Okay, here we go. Inhale. And when you exhale, you're gonna drop your right knee to the mat. Sweep your right foot toward the right outer edge of the mat. Shift onto your right hand. And then you're gonna take the left arm up and lift the left leg. Yeah. All right, you can tuck or untuck your back toes. Dog hair, always dog hair. And then you're gonna rock gently back and forth with this left leg. Just messing with some outer hip stability work here. Try to keep the leg as high as you can. Don't let it sag, but if this is kind of where you're at, then this is where you're at. But challenge yourself, right? Yes. All right. And now you're going to take this left hand down to the mat and spin back. So we're in our three-legged table, like when we were bobbing for apples. Left knee is going to draw into your chest and then sneak the left foot across and in front. So now your thighs are crossed, getting ready for a Gomukhasana. So if I were to spin around, it would look like this, right? Yeah, okay. You're gonna take your feet and spread them apart and make some room. So maybe your hips are super tight and this is as far back as you get, and that's totally fine. This front knee's off the mat. It's all good. If you can, you're gonna take your weight all the way back onto your sitting bones and find your Gomukhasana. If this feels unreasonable, you can always uncross and just bring the right shin in and the left one in front, sitting crisscross, right? Take a breath in, then you're just gonna walk your hands forward slightly. All right, so far so good. Here we go. You're gonna roll forward again. You can take one hand back behind you if you need the extra lift. Well, now we're here back in this leg cross. Sweep your right leg back behind you. Drag your left knee in toward your nose and kick it straight back. Ball of your foot to the floor. Now hands under your shoulders. Gonna inhale. When you exhale, press into the floor. Drag your right knee into your chest. Inhale, hover the shin. Exhale, pull it in. And lower and pull. And lower and pull. And lower and pull. One more, lower and pull, and then sneak that right foot up between your thumbs. We're gonna shift forward into warrior three. Take your gaze forward. If you wanna hop the back foot in, lift your torso, hands in prayer. And now from here, nice and easy, press into the floor and lift yourself up. Try to find square hips. Nice long line. Inner left thigh rolls toward your ceiling there. Inhale. And when you exhale, fingertips to the mat, standing split. And this is where you can grab blocks. All right, if this hamstring is tight, you need some extra space, please, please, please. Blocks, water bottles, whatever works, right? Inhale. And when you exhale, you're gonna pull your left knee into your chest and then walk your hands back and swing this left leg through. So we're here, we're sitting. Okay, all right. So now the right foot's gonna step forward just slightly so you're not super crunched in. Left hand is gonna go behind you. Fingertips point toward the back of your mat. Right arm reaches up. Here we go. Inhale. When you exhale, push into this right foot. You're gonna lift your left foot and tap toes to toe, or toes to fingers. Toes to toes. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, and lift. And lower, and lift. Lower, and lift. I lost count. That's ridiculous, but it's true. Let's do 4 more. I think that gets us to 10. 4, 3, 2, last one, and a 1. All right, drop your hips. So now you're gonna shift your weight forward. We're gonna stand on this right foot and swing the left leg through again. Again, blocks are super helpful here if you feel like you just can't get your body underneath you, which is possible, right? I have a very short waist and very long arms, so this is naturally a little easier for me because anatomically it just works, right? So if you need blocks, grab them. Gonna shift forward, lift, and then step it back, right? Left hand stays, lengthen your spine, roll your right shoulder open, get a little twist. Inhale it here. Exhale, right hand to the floor, step it back. Vinyasa if you want it. If you're like, hell no, then hell no it. There we go. Okay, deep breath. Deep breaths, guys. And then you're gonna lower your left knee to the mat. Swing your left foot to the outer edge of the mat. Take your weight into your left hand, and we're gonna shift and then lift your right foot up. And we're here. Hand can come to the hip. You can stretch it straight up, whatever works. Then we're just gonna wave this right leg forward and back That's it. Try to keep things steady and not wildly going, right? We don't have much control over anything in our lives, but we can control how quickly this leg goes, right? All right. Then you're gonna bring the leg back through center, right hand to the mat, spin yourself around so we're back in our three-legged table. Inhale. When you exhale, right knee pulls in, and then you're gonna sneak it underneath. Here we go. So now the feet move apart from each other, so the toes come to the outer edges of the mat. Start to walk your hands back. If you end up here and you get a sufficient stretch, then stay here. Perfectly fine. If it's available to you in your knees and your hips, you're gonna walk yourself all the way back. And again, if you wanna sit more kind of crisscross apple saucy, you can bring the shins one in front of the other, so the right shin's in front. All right, inhale, lengthen up. And when you exhale, just fold yourself over for a second. Okay, hands come underneath. You're gonna come all the way up. Here we go. Gonna roll yourself forward. All right, left foot sweeps back behind you. You can tuck your toes to the mat here. And then you're gonna drag your right knee in toward your chest, unsneak it, right foot straight back so we're in this half planky thing. Inhale, and when you exhale, you're gonna drag that left knee in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lower. And squeeze. Two more. Lower. And squeeze. Last one. Lower. Press the floor away. Squeeze it in. Then sneak that puppy up. If you need to help it, then help it along. It's all good. Gonna gaze forward. Hands come to prayer. Warrior three. Make it a slow and easy shift. Work those legs. Instead of just using momentum, try to use the strength and the power in your legs to find your warrior three. Inhale. And when you exhale, fingertips to the mat, standing split. Again, using the blocks if you want them here. All right, deep breath in as you press the floor away with your left foot. You're gonna drag your right knee into your chest. Walk your hands back a touch so you can catch yourself as you swing your right leg through. And now we're back here in this hellscape. No, I'm just kidding. All right, you're gonna take your left foot forward slightly so you've got a little more room. Take your right hand back behind you. I feel most comfortable with my fingertips pointed away. I guess you can play with positioning. There's not really many other ways to do it, but I guess the fingertips can point toward the long edge of your mat too. It's up to you. Left arm stretches up. Inhale. When you exhale, you're gonna lift your hips, tap your right toes with your left hand. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower and lift. Squeeze. And lower and lift. And lower. I think we're at 5. Let's do 5 more. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, and now you can grab your blocks here too. You're gonna kick the right foot back behind you, shift your weight, step it back, boom. Right foot to the mat, inhale. As you exhale, roll it open. Yes, full breath. And then take that left hand to the mat, step your left foot back to me. You're right, if you want a vinyasa, you can throw one in here. I'm gonna skip it and go straight into downward facing dog. Take another breath. And once you move through your vinyasa, you're gonna find your down dog and then a mandatory, mandatory child's pose. Send your hips back to your heels. Take a second here and breathe. Okay. Okay. Come on back up. stretch it back, downward facing dog. Oh. One more little ditty before we get done here. Right knee is gonna come to the mat. Same deal, the right foot sneaks out. Gonna take this left leg, reach it up. Take your left arm alongside your ear, inhale. When you exhale, elbow to knee, squeeze it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. And squeeze. We're just doing 5 here. And reach. And squeeze. One more. And squeeze. You're gonna stretch it back out. Left hand to the mat, swing it through, inhale. And when you exhale, you're gonna step that left foot up. Lift your back knee, crescent lunge. Right? Inhale. Exhale, take your hands to the floor, swing your left leg back, 3-legged plank. Inhale in your 3-legged plank. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the floor, kick it under. Inhale here. Exhale, step it up. Crescent lunge. Again, bring it to the floor. And kick it back. And bring it back. And reach it up. And down. And kick it back. And bring it up. And reach. And then here we go. Kick it back. We're gonna lower this right knee to the mat. Inhale here. When you exhale, you're gonna step the left foot a little bit wider than you normally would. Right hand goes a little bit wider. We're gonna take this right leg, kick it through, and tap. Block under your right hand if you want it. Step it back. Left hand to the mat. Drop your right knee. Bird dog. Okay? We're gonna try it again. Left foot forward. We're gonna kick and tap. Right leg back. Drop your knee. Bird dog. Okay? Again, step it forward, kick it through, kick it back, drop your knee, plant your hand, left leg back. Again, because this is a hard one. So we do it a few times, because maybe you need the first couple of times to get it. Last one, left foot forward, then we're done. Kick it through, step back, drop, plant, reach, left foot down, downward facing dog. Woo! If you want a vinyasa here, then go for it. I'm gonna skip it, not gonna lie. All right, last little bit. Left knee to the mat. Sweep the left leg back behind you for a little more support. Swing that right leg up, find your thingy. No holds barred now. We're in it now. Take your right arm, stretch it long. Exhale, knee into the elbow, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. And reach. And squeeze. Just 5. Reach. And squeeze. Last one. And squeeze. And then kick it out. Right hand to the mat. Rearrange yourself. Deep breath in. Steel yourself. Right foot forward. Lift the back knee. Crescent lunge. Wow. Here we go. Inhale. Hands to the mat. Right leg underneath. Step it up. Crescent lunge. Hands to the mat. Kick it under. Step it up. Crescent lunge. Hands to the mat. We're going for 5. Here's 4. And lift. Blocks under your hands if you want them. It makes this step through a little bit easier. Last lunge. Come on up. Hands to the mat. Sweep the right leg back. Lower your left knee. Okay, we're in our bird doggy thing. Inhale. When you exhale, let's step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. It makes this easier. Then you don't have to adjust other things. Left foot's gonna kick through. We're gonna tap left foot to right fingertips. Swing it through. Drop your knee. Right hand down, right leg back. Okay, inhale. Exhale, step it forward. We swing through. Boop. Lift. All right, drop your knee. Plant your hand. Kick your leg back. 3 more. If you haven't gotten it yet, it's okay. You got 3 more chances, but your chances are dwindling. Now we got 2 more. Boop, and kick, and back, plant, and swing. I almost screwed it up. Last one. Step. Oh my gosh. And kick, and back, and drop, plant, right leg in, tap the toes, downward facing dog. Shake out your head. Press your hands into the mat, sink your heels. Inhale. And when you exhale, drop your knees to the mat. Take them wide, big toes together. Walk your hips back to your heels. You can make a little pillow with your forearms and rest. Your shoulders soften. Feel the weight of your head soften. All right, and you're gonna walk your fingertips out in front of you. Come up onto the tips of your fingers like you got little tents with your hands. Keep your weight back in your heels, and you're gonna walk both hands over to the left. Press firmly back through your sitting bones. And then through the middle and over into dog land to the right. Always in the way, this guy. He doesn't even care. And then back through the middle. You're gonna stay with your butt on your heels, but slide your hands underneath you. All right, from here we're gonna twist. It's super comfortable to twist when you're all in a ball and sweaty. It feels really good. It doesn't, but that's okay. Right arm out to the side. We're gonna thread the needle in child's pose. You can come onto that right shoulder, come onto your right ear, and maybe walk your left hand forward for a second. And then slide your left hand right in front of your nose. Give yourself more opening here. If you need a blanket or something underneath your head or your shoulder, then grab it. All right, and now we're gonna come on out. Other side, left arm out. Sweep it underneath. Oh goodness, walk your right hand forward. And then take your right hand right in front of your nose and roll open a little bit more. Give yourself a little more of a twist. And then get that right arm out of the way so you can slide up. From here, you're gonna come back into your table, sweep your feet to one side, and take a seat. And you can sit up on one of those blocks. If you want more rest, then by all means, please, you can stop right here, roll yourself out onto the mat, and let yourself kind of If you're ready to go back into your day, then we're gonna do that now, right? So take a second, close your eyes, let your hands rest on your lap. Feel your shoulders soften, the tops of your shoulders soften away from your ears, but feel the crown of your head rise up. And take a second just to feel what it's like to be in your body now, right? Slightly sweatier, maybe. But just take a second to acknowledge the practice and how it has affected you physically and mentally and all that good stuff. And bring your palms together into Anjali Mudra and bow your head. And I want to thank you for spending your time with me today, for choosing to practice with me. It is an honor and I deeply appreciate it. Thanks for sharing your time. I look forward to practicing with you again. Namaste.